Hey, what's going on, guys? Shay5969 here.
Hey, Shay.
And today I'm sitting down with one of my very good friends for a very long time, Mr. Gabe.
Oh, yeah.
And today I wanted to actually ask you some questions, artist to artist, and kind of pick your brain as a fellow artist who leans more into filmmaking, I would say. Or you say that's fair, right?
Yeah.
Fellow fartist, if you will. So, I wanted to ask you, what film that you saw when you were a kid that really made you want to be a filmmaker? Do you remember the first film that you saw that was like, this is it, this is what I want to do?
That's a good question. Little Monsters was big.
Oh, dude, Aaliyah loves that
Monsters.
movie. That's a great movie.
I remember lying to my friend at school and saying I was in the movie. I was Fred Savage.
That's funny.
And then my friend was looking at me like, no, you weren't. And I had to own up and be like, I wasn't.
That's funny.
Yeah, so that's a good line's story. Bad in the beginning.
That's a good story.
But I think that was a big one. I can't remember. Hook.
Oh, great movie. Great movie.
Beetlejuice, Batman, all those VHSs everybody had.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Great 90s films for sure.
What about you? Do you have any movies you loved as a kid besides those?
Oh, man.
I know you're more of a guitar musician guy, but
no, dude,
you like movies.
I did. And I was definitely, you know what really did it for me? I remember being young when we were probably like in the early 90s. Remember when they re-released Star Wars in theaters?
Star Wars is the bomb.
And I remember going to see them in theaters and being like, whoa, like this is crazy. Because I had them the VHS tapes and I like got into it, but then my cousins were all like, no, we're going to see it in theaters. It's going to be crazy.
With the Leonard Maltin intros on the VHSs, remember?
I think so.
The nerdy guy.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the first time you ever see Leonard Maltin when you're little.
Dude, yeah, and I remember just being so captivated by that. And I also was super into the 90s Batman with Michael Keaton.
Yep,
great,
80s and 90s.
Great movie.
Late 80s.
Who would you say is your Mount Rushmore of favorite directors?
Oh, man, it's always changing. But
that's a good point.
When I was a little kid, my favorite three, like in grade school, were John Hughes, John Carpenter, and George A. Romero.
Great.
That's what I would always tell people. But obviously, it changed. But those three are still in there. Although, honestly, John Hughes probably fell out. But I still love John Hughes, so I'm not trying to knock him. But I don't watch I'm just too old now. I'm a 33-year-old man. High school movies do not do it.
Right, like they used to.
Yeah, but when you're a little kid and you're going to high school, you're like, this is going to be the best. These movies are the best. And I like those movies. But yeah, little kid, those are my favorite three. Carpenter, Romero, and John Hughes.
So then,
but in high school, Sam Raimi was my favorite. Frank Henenlotter, Basket Case, Frankenhooker, was obsessed with Frank Henenlotter. I always loved Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez make you think you can make movies, so they're like instrumental. But my mom showed us Tim Burton and Alfred Hitchcock.
Okay.
And my mom and dad were showing us old movies, but yeah,
Heck
those ones were big. James Cameron was always big. My favorite movie in 4th grade was The Terminator.
Okay.
So if whoever was in my favorite movie was my favorite actor, whoever directed my favorite movie was my favorite director.
Yeah.
I didn't really go that deep when you're little. But yeah, okay.
That makes total sense then.
Yeah. What about you? Any directors stand out when you were little, or did you not even really pay attention to that crap?
I've definitely been a Tarantino fan for sure, forever.
He's the best, dude.
But who really isn't, right?
David Lynch, Tarantino, how can you...
David Lynch is great. I never really got into David Lynch movies, but when I was younger, I would watch Twin Peaks, the show. That's great.
Yeah, it took me a while to get to that till high school, but yeah, Lynch takes a little bit. I mean, I guess some people get it right away, but
who else? Let's see.
But no, Tarantino's so big for the culture, man. Keeping movies going and making movie nerds.
Tim Burton. Yeah, I mean, of course, especially when I'm younger,
He's got that gothic style.
So what are some of your other big passions besides filmmaking, like art-wise?
Just drawing. I don't like to get super into it, though. I'm not very good. I can't draw your face accurately or anything. But I can kind of draw anything. You can kind of draw anything. And you just make it look your way. So Shel Silverstein, I love. And my mom used to always read us those books.
Classics.
All the hand-drawn, illustrated stuff. Calvin and Hobbes, all that stuff. Mistakes are welcome. Stuff like that. So drawing. I was not a very good musician. I played the saxophone growing up, but I was never very good. I didn't practice. Nobody thought I was very good. I didn't think I was very good. So I still jam with you and stuff, but you carry them all. We're in your music room. So I cleared this. We had too much stuff in here. I'm going to bring it back. But we had drum machines and synths and stuff. But, like, that's more of a film thing. Once I realized you kind of needed sound and music, I got a little more into plugging the keyboards into the computer to try to get like an Audacity recording.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm never doing like crazy Pro Tools stuff. We have friends who do that, but
no, yeah, totally.
I'm not really that guy. So yeah, music was never really a thing. Mostly just drawing and being a nerd. Talking, dude, is an art, but I don't share it. But if you know me, like we know each other, all I do is talk.
And
so
we are known two guys who are known for like will sit there and talk for hours.
Everybody gets annoyed when we're just talking for
dude,
like
yeah, we
minutes.
will annoy a room of people for sure by just sitting and talking about you.
But that's dope. You know?
But yeah, I love that stuff though.
I'm busting open a LaCroix.
For sure.
Product placement. You got Dr. Pepper. Turns out they went to
Dr.
college
Pepper.
together.
Cheers.
At Beverage College.
That's where he got his degree.
Yeah, exactly. He was a dropout. No, I'm just kidding. He was an exchange student.
What would you say are some of the most difficult aspects of filmmaking?
The money. I don't want to say the money, but you do gotta pay certain people to help you. But like trying to get taken seriously, the more older you get, if you don't have a really fancy camera, people don't really take you serious. And back to the music audio thing, you know, everybody wants really good audio, but I feel like silent films. So I tend to just pay money to get good music to enhance the footage I shot. But I like, much like the drawing, kind of lo-fi. So lately I'm kind of thinking we should go more high def with the image, but then it makes me want to not have sound. I'm like, if you're going to make the image crazy good, but since I don't have crazy good image, it's like 1080p kind of, you know, just it's not 4K. I still shoot 1080p. So then I will pay musicians for a higher quality audio because they do kind of mix together. But people are generally pretty nice to help you. But yeah, as I get older, you just kind of, you don't have that charm where everybody wants to help you. So getting actors, kind of just getting it together. But I don't think any of it's really too hard. Just like any art, you just got to make yourself do it. So I haven't edited in weeks. I shoot, but I don't shoot enough. I don't even back up my stuff with SD cards. So if I don't have space on the camera, I don't shoot because I only got 5 minutes of space. So if I don't upload what I shot, I can't wipe on the camera so I don't have space. So it's kind of like you got to keep on your own crap to just keep going. I haven't drawn all week, but I got my supplies in the car and I almost brought them in because his daughter always gets me to draw.
Yeah, they love drawing together.
I knew we were going to film and I'm like, I'm not trying to do that tonight, but still it's like if I don't do it when I go home. I do have a poster artist right now. I paid he's in Ireland. He's really cool, but like his name's Creepy Duck Design, but like he's making my poster. Yeah, so I got to make him a mock poster, and I have a bunch of images I print out to clock, but it's been 3 days. So he's not waiting on me. He's got stuff to do, but I need to just sit down and do this. So sometimes just sitting down and doing it, even when it's not perfect, much like filmmaking and everything, that's always the hardest part as an artist, but you can do it. It's fun. This is fun. We almost didn't do it.
And dude, totally. This is a huge thing too. It's like you got to accept that it's not going to be perfect. Make the thing, make the next thing better, whatever.
Yeah, you just keep going. Quality comes from quantity. I read that recently. Some people say quality over quantity.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, it's like just do a bunch of stuff on your own. You don't have to share it all. And then when you start getting good stuff, but even the sharing it when it's not perfect is good for training yourself to be less reliant on what people think. It's nice when they love your thing. It kind of bums you out when they hate it. Neither should really bother you. So if you share the drawing and it gets 10 likes, hell yeah. If you share a drawing and it gets 100 likes, hell yeah. But the win was you sat down and drew and you shared them both. It does not matter who's liking it. Did you get rich off either of them? No, they're just likes. They don't matter. Like,
dude,
you did the thing and you shared it and somebody looked at it and they thought, that's awesome, and they didn't even like it. So you're not even getting an accurate... Somebody was jamming your stuff and they didn't like, comment, subscribe. but you still provided something for someone. You know what I mean? So it's like,
totally.
Do not get hung up on outcomes.
That's a great way to look at it, dude.
Yeah, outcomes are overrated. It's nice. We all want to be rich and famous, cool, but
dude,
then you gotta pay taxes. Then you're getting stalked. It's not all great, you know.
So I wanted to say a kind of a silly question. So does every like film project that you have and work on, like more so like major project, right? Like does every feature come with a different muse?
That's interesting. Maybe I would
like
say,
even if you're not self-aware of it at the time, do you think that's like sometimes the case?
Yeah, like when you're saying muse, M-U-S-E, that's so it's not in the sense of like I got a new lady.
Right.
Who's feeding my inspiration, because that's sometimes the muse. But no, you're talking the creative muse. Yeah, I remember when I was making the second movie, which is like 40 minutes, Cabin Motel, I was super into Fassbender.
Okay.
Warner Fassbender.
Oh, yeah.
But then by the time I was in LA, shooting 3 extra days in LA with my friend Annie, I don't think he was so it's like sometimes you're in, and everybody kind of knows that you're kind of into a director when you're making the movie, but I try not to have it influence the thing too much. That's the thing, you got to just be yourself. It makes it easier. You don't have to make I'm gonna make this album that's like Aerosmith and T-Rex and it's like,
dude, totally.
Just find your own simple sound. Maybe there's only one good element there. Make 5 songs. That's your first little thing. So I'm always trying to kind of be, what am I when I'm making the movie, rather than like homage shots or this is a reference to this movie I love. Or that. I'm like, you start off that way, but as you're, like I said, I'm in my 30s. I'm like, no, you have to make something that gets referenced one day.
That's a good point.
You gotta kind of, so just be you. And yeah, not everybody's like, oh, you don't have to, you can talk about how it's hard to be original as a person, and that could be part of it. You know, if you're like, well, I'm not original enough to just be me, I've got to reference great filmmakers. And that's always, it's like Family Guy, I used to get down on it, and it's like, no, it's referencing great stuff. And if you didn't know about it and you watch the episode and you think it's funny, you can find it. So there is a value in homaging and referencing to kind of keep it. But people have talked about this. Film is so self-referential.
Which makes sense in a way.
Yeah, so I would rather someone be like, I'm making a short film, but I'm trying to capture the vibe of when I used to jam with my buddy Shay in his music room in the basement. It's like, you're going for a vibe and a feeling that you had in your life that you're trying to make this short film about. It's not...
Might not be translatable.
Well, and it's not like there was a famous film in the 60s, a short film by this director I love, and he made a short film about a jam session with his buddy, so like, we're going to do that. It's like, no. We made up that idea on our own. I know this is getting kind of schizophrenic.
No, it's good. It's good. I think this is good.
So it's good to just try to come up with your own stuff and try to... So feelings versus like, I'm going to reference, like I was saying, these 5 movies I love. It's like, no, reference... Try to find 5 things of your own, like
how you're feeling about someone, or like how you're feeling about work, or
and then now, and so painting and music are so close to movies, but we don't think of them like that. We always think of acting, plot, special effects,
camera,
and it's
dude,
like
totally.
No, if you make a really good movie, you can just create these things with the images that are more like painting and music. So like. That's another thing. Never think if like just because, and I'm glad you're into the movie making stuff now, and it's like, because you already are. So we said in the beginning, artist to artist, and some people they probably clicked out. 2 douchebags. 2 douchebags. Yeah, no. You just want to, don't think of yourself as a filmmaker or a guitarist. I mean, unless you're seriously getting paid for those things. I'm a session player guitarist. All right, you're a guitarist. You're an artist. You can be a guitarist, a drum machine programmer. You can sing.
You can make videos with your friends.
But you can write lyrics. Yeah, and so, you know, I like saying I'm an artist because it made me realize I don't have to follow all these rules.
Totally.
I don't care that I showed up on set with a medium consumer pro camera because I know how I'm drawing with it. I know how I'm going to paint with it. I'm going to go home and edit the footage and then layer it. And it's like, they're tied up that you don't look like a videographer with the Patagonia sweater and the fancy and you're kind of, and it's like, so they have so people do have expectations and you kind of want to meet them. It's kind of a thing, but no, that's why I say, I go, I'm an artist. I could cut my hair. The hair has nothing to do with it. I could take off the hat and change, but you're still an artist. Some of the best artists, craziest artists, dress very conservatively. They have great haircuts, you know, because they want to be crazy in the work.
Which,
you know,
I've heard that before.
Yeah, so it's just like, and we were just talking about this outside, like, you kind of want to present who you are, but yeah, so I just say I'm an artist, and then I'm allowed to draw. And I don't have to draw good, because I didn't say I was a professional illustrator.
Dude, totally.
I'm allowed to jam with my buddy Shay, because I'm not a musician. I'm not the best musician in town. I'm a songwriting genius. No, I'm just a guy who can draw with the piano. I'm drawing with the camera. We're talking and drawing. There's no erasing what we're saying. You know, sure, we could edit it and take it out, but you'll notice, you'll see the edit. Like,
no, that makes a lot of sense.
It's a one-take life. So yeah, don't get pigeonholed by labels, cliche self-help crap.
Totally,
but it's good stuff.
So, from your perspective, I wanted to ask you, maybe could you think of 3 pieces of gear that you really like, and like in your words, maybe 3 pieces of gear you couldn't live without, even if it's movies? Something simple. Yeah, with like making movies or with your art, you know, 3 pieces of gear that you feel like,
dude, Sharpie brush pens.
Okay.
King watercolor brush pens, King art, and then just 8 by 11.5 printer paper is really all I draw with. Those 3 things. And that's what I got on the thing. So yeah, clipboard, 8 times 11, maybe it's 8.5 times 11, but just standard printer paper, and then watercolor brush pens and some Sharpie brush pens so that you can draw lines that don't smear if you need to. Permanent and watercolor brush. I would say that when it comes to making movies, you just need a computer. And dude, it gets real iffy these days because you can pay for monthly subscription editing softwares like Adobe and stuff. I have not gone that route. I just told you I didn't edit for 3 weeks. I can't imagine paying a monthly editing suite fee like a subscription. Some of these creative tools are going,
dude, and that's how a lot of in
strange.
the music industry. That's how a lot of DAWs are, digital audio workspaces.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? So like I said, if you're really like the top tier making money like that, it doesn't matter. But like it doesn't matter. But like, I have an old Vegas movie studio 12.0 suite that my dad and me have jumped from like 2 computers. You don't have to pay for it. All movies are juxtaposed images put together to create abstract meaning. So you just need something to put images together. I know it gets more complicated if you're making like a feature and you got all these layers of sound, but you said essential filmmaking tools. It's like you need an editing suite, however you're going to do it, monthly subscription, or just get an old copy. There's a famous meme, that's not really a meme, but little like, you know, thing they share where it's talking about Bong Joon-ho or whoever made Parasite. He edited the Oscar-winning 2020 on like a 2008 Final Cut piece of software. It's like you don't have to have modern editing equipment or even really DAWs to make music. Dude, you can still do it on 4 So don't get too hung up on the technology thing. But yeah, if you're going to make movies, basic camera, could be your phone, they're great. Even the apps, how you edit, like what you're doing, or an editing suite on a computer and then a computer. I mean, that's really, then you just need some imagination and some people, but you can just walk outside and film. So I think you need less than people think to make movies. They think you need so much gear. I'm like, you need a camera. I would say get a camcorder, but the phone works. And then get an editing suite on a computer, but the phone works. If you can edit on your phone, you're making movies. That's why everybody's doing it nowadays. And I love that. You'd think, like, I've been trying to be a big filmmaker my whole life, and I've been making movies since, like, 2007 at least. And then we did some in 4th grade, but, like, I'm happy everybody's into making movies now, and everybody talks about editing, and you can kind of say cut, and people, you can dissolve. They kind of get more. I go, I'm not the guy who's trying to gatekeep it and be like, I know how to make a video, and you don't, and I can edit. No, I think everybody should edit. It's film language. So the more media savvy you are, the more media literate, the more you know how to edit and shoot video, and then, like we're saying, you're editing as you shoot. When you get good at it.
Totally.
You're like, I'm going to do a couple jams and then I'm going to hit record and I can nail this in a take and I just got one thing. It's like, so this is all good for just thinking, writing, speaking. Like, people should edit movies and whatnot. But yeah, long answer, nothing specific. I have like a Sony Handycam. And then Vegas Studio Pro and Pro 12 or whatever. But you can use anything. Computer. This is like an HP. You can use a Mac. I mean, it's your... But like I said, you can use a phone. the tools are way more accessible these days, but I still like to keep it somewhat formal. So I'll use my camcorder and I'll edit on the computer. Like I was saying, I'm like a little bit of weird about it, where I'm not even using SD cards to get the most footage. I'm like, no, I don't want to have a lot of footage. Video files are huge. So even if you are filming on your phone and saving, you might want to edit them together, get the video, save and render the video, and then delete those clips. Because they're going to take up a shitload of space. Like,
that's a good point.
Not to swear, but like...
No, you're good.
I don't want my hard drive full of a bunch of crap. So it's like, I'm not putting a bunch of SD. I'm not shooting.
You're not trying to put a bunch of that waste
I'm not hitting
onto the hard
record
drive.
and walking away. No, I want takes. I want to know what we're kind of doing. I want to go into the shoot with only 30 minutes.
Almost like,
because I only need 10 to make the scene work.
Underutilize that that
less is more.
Limited memory.
Less is more. Yeah.
And that is a great point.
So yeah, once again, not a real gearhead answer, but it's better. It's better. And when you're really looking for gear, you'll get hung up. You'll start thinking, my favorite artist uses this camera. Dude, I need it.
Totally. We talk about this all the time independently. When it comes to gear, man. When it comes to gear, people get so caught up in gear, man.
It's expensive.
It will consume your friggin' life, dude.
Yeah.
Buy an acoustic guitar, play it.
Play it.
Buy a camcorder, record it.
Yep.
Right? Like, at the end of the day...
If you're not even having fun with that, why would a $10,000 guitar or
Totally.
Yeah, no. You'll work up to that. And, like, that's where it's like, dude, you're 33, you've been doing this forever. I'm like, yeah, I really am using the same tools I've been using for the whole time. And I'm like, it is time to maybe pay the monthly fee for the editing suite, maybe. But I'm like, still, I don't have $12,000 right now to just go dump on that shit. So it's like,
right.
I'm still going to keep doing what I'm doing. And then you slowly get there.
And you can slowly upgrade piece by piece, you know, or whatever.
But no, everybody loves the FX3 right now, the Sony FX3. But it's like, it's $6,000. And I mean, I could get that camera, but you're still going to be in the same kind of boat. Like I said, unless you're a professional videographer, we all know the gear we would buy if we had the money.
Totally.
So it's a money thing, and then money becomes an insecurity thing. So you think there's this barrier of entry. I'm not good enough. Well, I can't afford it, and it's just like, this is all bad energy.
Dude, totally. That's
you are good enough.
You can get so that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm a loser because I'm poor.
I end up in all those thought patterns and all those like negative spirals when it comes to gear. And then you start to compare the gear you have to somebody else, and it makes you feel negative. Don't get caught up in that.
And then you find some old thing talking about your favorite artist, and they did something you love with nothing.
And you realize you have this epiphany. I could have done that the whole time with the acoustic guitar on my phone or what have you.
It's all about being creative, using less is more. Use what you got, and the more you do that, the more resources you'll kind of get over time. You'll be like an old guy with all the studio access, all the young engineers, all the instruments you ever want to use, and you're just like, I got here by doing it with way less.
These three pieces of gear.
Yeah, I made such a cool album in my old basement music room that didn't have, like, any high-tech gear besides my awesome guitars and amps and stuff. Like, that's what led to the awesome gear with the 36 mixer. It's like, yeah,
totally.
If you can't make a dope-ass song on a little 6-track, why would you be able to on that thing? With all the sliders?
Dude, yeah, that's a great point.
I say it all the time. I go, oh, I know so much about movies. I'm such a movie genius. If I got on a set right now and I was the director, I wouldn't know what to do. I've never run a set. I don't know what these people do. So why would I think I should be the director of the next big, like, tomorrow? I'm 33. I should be far. It's like, now here's the thing. I'm not saying I couldn't do it, but, like, I could only do it if I did prove to people I made such a good movie on my own, writing, shooting, directing, editing, that by the time I got to that set, those people would acknowledge, hey, we know you've never done it at this level, but we like you and think you're talented. We're going to help you.
Yeah,
and then you better be thankful and gratitude to them. Because you go, this guy could just fail me right now if he doesn't like me. I'm in my cameraman's hands. I don't know how to use this big, expensive camera. It's a $100,000 camera.
Right.
I don't know how to do it, but, like, I showed them what I could do with this. Audiences liked it. It made a little bit of, maybe it broke you. They're going to let me tell them what to do with this camera. I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to buy this guy a drink after work if he wants. Or I'm going to get him out early because he has a family. Because this is real life. And it's just like, now you finish that movie. Now you're a director who did run a set. Because those people helped you. So you don't even necessarily have to really get to that level where you know how to do the mixing board. But if you can't prove to people you're talented and willing to do it on your own and try, they are not going to take a chance on you, you know.
That makes total sense.
I have no
bro.
experience here, but this is just common sense.
But you're exactly right, man. You're exactly right.
Yeah, you got to show people what you can do with nothing. Or they don't want to hear about how you could be the best with all the best stuff. Okay. You know what I mean? We all know that guy.
Totally.
Oh, I'd love to pursue music, but like my ideas are so big. My ideas are so big. Dude, the kind of movies I be coming up with and thinking about, they're huge. I need millions of dollars to make the kind of movies I want to make, so I'm not even really going to try.
Dude, no, yeah.
I would, but like...
We all know those guys.
I appreciate you guys trying. This is like a small little movie. That's cool. If I can't even get $3 million, I'm not doing it. And it's like, cool. The only person I've heard say that and it made sense was Harmony Korine, where he's like, if I don't get the $2 million I need to make Gummo, I'm not making it at all. And I'm like, yeah, but you wrote Kids. And it was a huge hit and critically acclaimed. So I'm like, at a point, you can kind of be like that. If I can't get the $5 million, I'm not making it. But I can't be like that.
All right, we're back. So, a couple more questions for you, man.
We took a break.
Yeah, we took a little break, a little smoke break, whatever.
His wife came down and he had to put his daughter to sleep.
But,
I don't know if we're supposed to say that.
That's
Child's
fine.
Play 2.
Hell yeah.
I wasn't a huge Child's Play 2 fan, but I like it a lot now. But I bought this shirt for my buddy Vincent, and then I just bought 2 because it's like, why not?
Hell yeah.
People, I gotta get you a horror movie shirt.
So, yeah. One thing
I love Child's Play 1.
I wanted to ask, when you feel stuck on the project you're working on, when it comes to like film or art piece or something like that, what's something that you like to do to maybe like refresh yourself or like reshift or refocus?
I like to go to the gym or go for a walk.
Great. That's a great one.
I like to put it aside for a day or two.
Oh, that's a good one.
Or, depending on what it is, if it's like a movie, you can kind of take a couple days off and think about it, or you can work on it a little bit. So, like, I'm still working on my first movie, even though I made a couple cents, but those 2 we're not trying to put out. They're already on YouTube. The first one, though, I'm trying to get that poster made I mentioned, and it's like, I'm working on the movie, but I'm not really working on it. But I had to earn the money to spend on the poster to get so it's like gears are turning. I just had a phone call with my friend Luke, who is super cool, and he's got a couple songs in the movie, and it was like great to touch base with him. So I got to send a little sync contract with him and sign it. And then I might throw him a little bit of money because I just appreciate him staying with me for 8 years. So even when you're not actually, like, the movie's been done for a while, but it's not out there, I've got to kind of, so you just kind of keep trying to do little things. That's if you're just doing everything like I kind of am. But yeah, no, just take a break. I was going to say, I like to just doodle, back to like not taking doodling serious. Get a piece of paper, or like, I'll just come over and so everybody, you want to draw? I'm like, mentally I'm stuck on something, but yeah. And then I'll have such a good time, you'll make little things, and then I'll just take a photo of that and share it. So you did like 4 things without even caring. Now you can go back to the thing you care about, and you're a little more like,
dude,
okay.
That's a great one too.
So yeah, just taking it less serious, but always feel free to take some time away. But if it's been so long, like a week or 2 on a painting, and you're not, maybe paint over it or start something new, or ask someone what you should do. And then I'll always bring stuff over here, so it doesn't have to be solo. Like, we jam. I used to not jam too much. I jam a little bit, but then I brought all my stuff over here, jammed way more. Then I brought it back to my place. I was jamming, but now I'm kind of not as much. And I'm like, I got to bring that stuff back to Shay's, because 2 people are better than 1 in a lot of ways. You want to do stuff alone, but I'm drawing alone. It's already me and the paper and the pen. So why not just take this with me over to Shay's? And I'm always over there hanging out and drawing. But I could have stayed in my room and drawn. So sometimes just going out in public and being around people helps. It's counterintuitive because it's like a solo, you're the artist, you're kind of by yourself, you're being solo, but you can go to a coffee shop or just in the park, or just, even if you just have a place you live at, just go sit out on the porch.
That's a great one.
When I was walking up, his wife was doing her fantasy football picks, but she was outside by herself. She had a notebook and a pen, so she was making it like a physical, she's having fun with her thing. So yeah, but it would have been worse if you were just like in a dark room on the couch with no one around you and you're just kind of, I don't know. We all do that too, but
you're right though.
Outside, fresh air, people. They go
one.
good with art. And you always will. You'll bring your guitars upstairs and jam
Oh yeah,
with people,
I do, and I'll take it outside.
It's always great.
Totally.
Even when I don't think it's going to be great, I'm like jamming a song on my phone, kind of, and then I'll see shit come on there. I'm like, I'll pause 1 minute, and I go, "This is it." I got a live musician in front of me playing music. That's the only way you used to get music.
Totally.
It's like you had to have a friend who could play music, or you had to like hire someone to come play like the piano that just sat. There was no recordings. There was no. So it's like anytime, even if you think it's going to be annoying, just put your phone down, turn off the music, listen to. You feel better when you're done.
That's a great
and then
point.
As soon as they stop playing and you thank them and they walk away and you play your song again, you go, "Yeah, this isn't even what I thought. Like this is still great, but." Yeah, you're driving home with headphones listening to the song that you wanted to, and you go, music. I had it live in front of me. I was doing, anyway. I'm just tired now. It's getting late, but...
No, you're good.
That's a nice thing. Yeah, take it outside, bring it around people.
So, I wanted to ask you, if you had, like, one good piece of advice to tell yourself when you were... If you, like, were to meet your 7-year-old self today, right? What was, like, one solid piece of advice you would give yourself?
Yeah, 7-year-old me.
Or just, like, specifically younger version of you,
Yeah, I feel like 7 and, like, 17 would be good. So, 7-year-old me. Should I avoid sports? Because I played a lot of sports, but I was just saying I still like to go to the gym to help with it. So sometimes I think it's fun to go to the gym and work out only because you got conditioned when you were younger to do that.
Okay.
Every day after school, you got to run for whatever sport. And then other people, I don't know, would you have picked it up as a hobby on your own? But yeah, if you kind of never did that, I could see myself just really watching movies every day, just loving to drink Coca-Cola. I don't know. I could see myself being a little more sedentary. So would I tell my 7-year-old self? And then also working with people comes from sports.
That's a good point too.
Yeah, so you can't. I think 7 might be too young to kind of. I
Okay.
would say maybe avoid the religious stuff.
We could change it.
Okay,
Let's say one
though.
good piece of
Hold up,
advice
though.
for your high school self.
Let's keep it there for just one more second because
Okay.
I read this. It was Kierkegaard, Soren Kierkegaard, or it might have been Schopenhauer. It was Schopenhauer.
Okay.
Arthur Schopenhauer said you should not teach kids philosophical things because they can't get it.
Okay.
You should teach kids like running around, all the sports we were talking about, math because it's kind of like concrete for a while. Only teach them concrete things, reading, writing, math, nothing
being
abstract
a good person,
thinking.
like kindness.
Yeah, and I think a lot of sometimes my overthinking and even interest in philosophers like Schopenhauer and stuff now, it's like, is it just because I was so overthinking religion and heaven and hell? And I remember thinking you would go to hell if you had sex before marriage. And I'm so young that I'm thinking like, maybe I could have gone without that if you're really going to regret something 7, but I didn't even expose myself to that. That's just the world and the people I was around and, your community kind of pushing it. So adults push a lot of things on kids. But then at 17, I would say maybe avoid, I don't know, it sounds cliche, smoking and drinking. It never like ruined my life, but it still could, I guess. But it just adds up. And then you kind of...
It's a waste of time and money.
Yeah,
I mean,
but then you think of all
true.
the artists, and I don't think wasting time is that... Like, it's like what we're saying. Like, you're not this productivity machine.
Right.
That needs to constantly... They make you think you need to constantly be making money because everything's more expensive. But it's like, dude, it's human being, not human doing. Totally. You're allowed to just sit and chill. So it's like... I might be kind of I'm definitely damaging my body, but like I'm not, and that's the thing too. I used to think, am I being patient if I watch the sunset with a cigarette? Kind of. It's more patient to just watch the sunset with your hands folded. But I love doing this and watching the sunset. And so if, when I die, when I'm in my 70s, 80s or whatever, it's like, are you really going to regret those moments? No. You might look back and go, oh, I wish I would have been more successful, but I'm like, no, I think in due time. So even then, 17, I don't know. What would you tell yourself?
That's a good one. So yeah, I would probably just tell myself
at 7.
Don't worry so much about what people think.
Yeah.
Because when I was a young kid, I struggled with,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so hyper concerned about
I should care more.
what others might have been thinking. And
I had a different problem, but it's still a problem.
but
But I know what you mean. But see, that's like
that
one thing.
Was a big one for me.
I almost wish I cared more what people think, because I might try more or be more. I literally don't care so much. Look at how awful I look in this video. I'm looking at myself. I'm like, dude.
Nah, it's good. It's good. We the homies.
But no, okay. So 7, don't. That's like also timeless advice.
Yeah.
Everybody says that at every age. So yeah.
And then 17, I probably would have told myself, start learning about investing.
Yeah, and that's where I was going with the smoking thing. I'm like, the money you spend on this stuff adds up. You could have invested it, and then now you might feel a little better and have a little. So I'm like, it's cliche regrets, but like, then we could spend the 12 grand on the gear, though. You know what I mean?
No,
it's
dude,
like,
you're totally right. You're totally right.
Yeah, no, in all reality, whenever you, not to make it about money or anything, but it's like the best thing to do when you get the money, let's say like someone gives you 10 grand, even 5 grand. Unless you have a super immediate issue, like really bad, like Matt was saying, I would say don't even spend it. The best thing about having money is the peace of mind. Don't spend it. Because then if you get fired tomorrow, or, well, you said, you know, someone kind of breaks a pinky and you got to go to the ER, it's like you've got some money set aside. So even if you did invest when you were younger, there's a chance you might have blown the money that grew.
Dude,
and
you're totally right.
Yeah, and then you just,
totally
because
right.
I would have just bought a bunch of.
And it's best not to live in the past, and which, like, that was kind of a silly question.
But no,
overall,
it's a great question, because you go, let's say I would have done what I regret and it worked out sooner. So now I'm like, I did buy a bunch of Bitcoin, let's say, and now I'm 28, even though I'm 33 in this video. Let's say I was already a multi-millionaire when I was 28 because I bought Bitcoin when I was 23. Okay? 28 was when I was doing like the drinking the most.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
And
dude.
the big ego. Like, if you think I got an ego now, which hopefully it's not too bad, I would have been way worse at 28. So it's like now you're dead at 30.
That makes a lot of freaking sense.
And Gary Vee talks about that, because he goes, "Oh, you wish you would have moved to New York when you were 19 or whatever." He goes, "You might have moved to New York when you were 19 and got hit by a bus."
Dude, totally.
So you not doing that then, but thinking you can still do it now and doing it, that might be exactly the way you're supposed to have done it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There is no, that's divine timing stuff.
I had one really good abstract one I kind of wanted to end on.
Yes.
Okay, so somebody hires you to make a movie, okay? You have unlimited budget, okay? You can make whatever you want, like action movie, love story, whatever, with any male and female lead actor and actresses. Give me 2 different duos you're taking. Like, who would you take? Male and female lead. Can pay them whatever, doesn't matter. And then,
who would you pick, dude? I'm horrible with actors.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm always thinking, when you were talking budget, I'm thinking like, yeah, genre, length, message, theme, how many action scenes.
Oh, I got a great one.
Like, what kind of genres do you want to mix here? Is there any way we can really say something crazy with film language that might have never been done, so that when you watch this, maybe something... That's kind of
like I said, it was kind of an abstract question, right? Like, in a sense.
But I do love so many actors and actresses, so I'd rather know what you're thinking.
I was thinking a good horror pair would be like maybe a Christina Ricci and Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard's awesome.
Because I freaking love him, and I freaking
love her. He's right back on the top with Five Nights at Freddy's, too.
Yeah, totally.
He's always at the top. But, like, yeah, Matthew Lillard would be... That's what I'm saying. Like, I would have never thought him, but, like, I'm the kind of guy where, like, I just work with any actors I like.
Totally.
Because I work with my friends and people who aren't actors, mostly. So if you give me a real actor, they could just be, like, a side character in something I like, and I'd be like, you're the star.
William Dafoe. He rocks.
Dafoe, yeah, so good. I think it's Willem.
Oh,
I was saying William Dafoe my whole life, and then someone corrected me, and I'm like, even now I like can't see it when his name comes up. It's like E-M, not I-A-M. William. Yeah, anyway, William Dafoe's amazing. He was so good. Young William Dafoe is super good. The Loved Ones, and Live and Die in L.A., Friedkin.
What about,
Yeah, see, that's the other thing. It's
the
like
guy from The Man with the
actors from-
Golden Gun, Scaramanga.
That's Christopher Lee.
Yeah, him. He'd be great for
But
a
he
bad
passed
guy
away.
for a
He
movie.
passed
I
away.
know. I was
But
just
yeah, if you're just talking
talking
all
like
time,
the zeitgeist stuff.
dude,
Good actors
in high
and
school,
actresses.
in high school, my dream was to make a Charles Bronson movie.
That'd be sick.
And then some filmmaker guy found a Charles Bronson lookalike and started making some movies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they were great. But they made a few. Some people liked them. I never saw them. But it wasn't, obviously, it didn't take over the world like Bronson. That's like a once in a thing. But yeah, no, it would be really cool to just like try to find an actor, you know?
Yeah.
Because they always tend to, you start to fall in love with the same actors and actresses and then they get cast in everything. So once again, I'm the kind of guy like, if I like you and you're getting along and you're down to do the movie and you know, you're not going to like ghost me in the middle of it, I'm going to try not to be a weirdo, you know, and deliver a good movie, but like, I'll work with you.
Totally.
I'll take the fame, but like, yeah, I also like trying to put people together. So it's like, if I were to meet Taylor Swift today, I would try to tell her about like this musician I'm friends with, you know? I wouldn't even try to make it about me. Because I would just be like, Taylor, can I make you a music video or something? But it's like, but I'd be like, you two should collaborate. So yeah, but see, yeah, everybody wants. So I think that's why ensemble movies work. Actors want to work with other great actors.
Which makes sense. Which totally makes sense.
So if you take a really good actor who's like been trying to, you know, and then you kind of surround them by a bunch of non-actors, it depends on the story and the script and whatnot. But yeah, my answer for this question is horrible. I haven't given you a single. Charles Bronson was my only answer.
That's legit, though.
Okay, dude, Child's Play 2 has the girl from...
Tilly?
Oh,
okay.
I know who you're thinking.
I love her.
It's like the mom who adopts the kid. She's in Walkabout and An American Werewolf in London. I'm blanking on her name right now. Jenny Auger. Jenny Auger, I think her name is. That girl's awesome.
Okay.
But once again, I don't know what she's doing, but I would work with her. I keep saying girl, I'm going to say woman. But Jenny Auger is in
Child's Play 2?
Child's Play 2 and Walkabout and An American Werewolf in London. So we're just going to look it up quick. But what do you think?
Okay.
Are we closing up the video?
No, yeah, that's pretty much all I really had. If there wasn't anything else you wanted to touch on, or like, I was totally going to tell people,
Jenny a gutter. Can't really see her there, but there you go. Agutter.
There you go.
Yup. Walkabout.
Is that the little girl from Walkabout? The young lady who would be in that movie when she was young?
Child's Play 2, American Werewolf in London. She's in Logan's Run.
Oh, okay.
Isn't
that Freakin'? No.
No, I don't know who directed Logan's Run.
I confuse that with Sorcerer. That's the Freakin' movie?
I just mentioned a couple freaking movies without even thinking about it. But yeah, Sorcerer is such a good freaking movie. But Logan's Run has the guy in Austin Powers.
Oh, Basil.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the blonde guy.
Yep.
No, so I was just thinking about him when we came downstairs. But my bad. You were trying to close it out.
Oh no, you're good. I was just gonna say, to everybody watching, if you want to go ahead and check out some of Gabe's stuff, you can check him out on his YouTube channel, right?
Mm-hmm. Dead Grandma's House. We'll put it up on the screen or something.
For sure.
Or in the comment link box thing.
Totally.
That way you don't have to type it out on the screen.
And yeah, anything.
Dead Grandma's House, Instagram and YouTube. Gabe Paul is also my YouTube channel because I had it forever ago, so I kind of have the name. But I haven't uploaded on there in a while. But Dead Grandma's House has videos. But thank you so much, Shay.
Yeah, no problem,
this was
man.
A lot of
Thanks
fun.
for coming on. I really appreciate it, dude. We've been meaning to do this for a minute, so I'm glad we took the time and did it.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, man. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.
Jenny a gutter.
Woo!